Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel CSN IT Tutorials by Vrishali. In our previous sessions, we have discussed about all types of scheduling with solved examples. I have attached a complete OS playlist link in below description box. Now, in today's session, we will discuss next one of the most important topic, that is concurrency. Let's start the session. So in today's session, we will first discuss what exactly concurrency. There are some examples, applications, then need of concurrency, principles of concurrency, and at the end, we will discuss some important question bank. Let's see all these points one by one. Now tell me, have you ever wondered about how every operations are performed parallelly? Like you can download file in background. At the same time, you are performing the chatting and also at the same time you are listening the music, right? So all the operations are performed at the same time and the reason behind is concurrency. Concurrency is one of the most important feature in operating system. They can perform every operations smoothly and efficiently. Now let's understand what exactly concurrency. Now, as per the definition, concurrency means operating system execute multiple tasks, multiple operations at the same time without any conflicting. This is called as concurrency. As we discussed earlier, there are multiple processes and each process has multiple threads and they perform all the threads parallelly because they share the same CPU. At that time, concurrency work properly. Let's take an example. Suppose you want to edit a particular video. So one thread perform editing, another thread merge the multiple videos, again another thread download a particular file, right? Means every application has multiple threads and these multiple threads work like a feature. They perform every operations at the same time. This is called as concurrency. And that's why concurrency improve efficiency, responsiveness and user experience towards a particular application. Now let's discuss some examples. See, like in web browser, you can load multiple tabs at the same time for searching purpose, browsing purpose, right? And every tab works smoothly. They give the fast result because of concurrency. Next in operating system, same, you can listening the music, download the file, editing the software at the same time. Next example is database. In database, multiple user access the same record, same database at the same time. So concurrency is there. Again, in gaming, some threads handle the graphics, some handle the sounds, and some threads handle the user input together. Means they perform all the features at the same time. So that's why concurrency principles are used there. And the last example is airline reservation system. Here, thousands of users booking a ticket at once or at the same time, right? So basically, concurrency feature used in each and every application or in operating system to perform every task parallelly and they give the efficient and good user experience. Now, the next topic is why we need concurrency. One of the main reason is they provide the better CPU utilization, right? See, multiple processors work together. They share the same CPU. Then no any CPU goes to the waiting state. Every CPU is work accurately at the same time. That's why better CPU utilization is there. Another reason is they provide the faster response time. See, you are using the WhatsApp application, so you can perform chatting, status uploading, then video call, audio call. This all features accurately, fastly, right? That's why they provide the faster response time and good user experience. Next reason is resource sharing. See, multiple users can share the same system resources. See here in this particular diagram all these users are connected to the same printer, right? Because of concurrency principle, multiple users access the same printer at the same time without conflicting each other. That's why there are multiple logs and exclusive logs are used. Next need is scalability. As we discussed earlier, nowadays octa-core, hexa-core, this kind of processes are there, and every core work like a brain of particular system. That's why multiple operations are performed at the same time, and due to multi-core processors, they need concurrency for maximum their performance and give the best result. So these are the need of concurrency in your operating system. The next topic is principles of concurrency. As per your exam point of view, this is one of the most important topic. The first principle of concurrency, that is mutual exclusion. It means that only one process should access the shared resources at the same time. Let's take an example. Suppose I have shared Google document to my student, but two students, they edit this Google document or particular table or particular value at the same time. Then conflict have occurred, right? So to prevent this kind of conflicting, mutual exclusion principles are there. We will discuss mutual exclusion principle in detail in our next video. You just remember this point. Mutual exclusion means one process should access shared resources at the same time. The next principle is synchronization. See, there are multiple processes are there in particular application. So all these multiple processes are coordinated with each other. Let's take an example. Suppose you want to send 500 rupees to your friend. So first you can open Google Pay application, right? First you need to do the login. If your password is correct, then only they move to the next step, right? After that, you need to send the 500 rupees. So it is necessary. There was 500 rupees in your account, right? Only that way you can send this money to your friend. Otherwise, it display the message insufficient balance, right? Means first login, after that sending money, and after that payment done. These all processes are coordinate with each other. They are linked with each other, which is called as synchronization. In this way, each and every application has multiple process, multiple threads. They are linked with each other. This is another principle of concurrency. Now, next principle is deadlock handling. See, one of the best example is, see, suppose there is a one single road. Car A enter from one side and car B again enter from another side, and both car goes to waiting state for taking the reverse. So at that time deadlock is occurred. For that purpose, traffic signal or traffic control system is there to solve this kind of deadlock. Again, there are different deadlock principles are there. Some different types of locks are there for preventing this kind of conditions. We will discuss deadlock in detail in next session. And the last principle is fairness and progress. It means that every process should get the fair chance to executing purpose, right? In previous session we have discussed example of CPU scheduling, where we have execute each and every process at proper time, right? Which is called as fairness and progress of each and every process. So these four are the principles of concurrency. Now, as per your previous year question paper, these two questions are important. First, what is concurrency? Explain concurrency principle for 4 marks. Then write a short note on concurrency for 4 marks. So here you have to explain this 4 principle shortly with example, because this question is only for 4 marks. Clear? So prepare accordingly. All the best. Thank you. And stay tuned for my next video.